morning. Welcome to Edgewood High School and the commencement ceremony for the class of 2024. I am Dirk Ackerman, the principal of Edgewood High School. Sitting before you today are approximately 160 outstanding graduate candidates prepared to be the next graduating class of Edgewood High School. I have greatly enjoyed watching these young men and women as they have gone from young boys and young girls over the last 4 years. I'm actually going to go a little off script now because I shared something with them yesterday that I'd like to share with you, their parents, their guardians, their grandparents, their many friends. This is an exceptional group of students. After quite a few years of everybody struggling a little bit after COVID, this group came back and led this high school tremendously. They're fun, they're entertaining, and we had the most ordinary school year this year, thanks to this senior class. They are intelligent and represented through many scholarships and academics. They are talented. The marching band, the winter drumline, both were state champions. We have two, yes, give them a big hand. And after practice yesterday, we had two state contenders in the girls' track meet yesterday, Ashley Abrams and Emma Edwards. Thank you for the many great memories. I know full well the potential that each of you have. Families, thank you for sharing your sons and daughters with our faculty and staff as we have worked hand in hand to prepare for what lies ahead. To our audience this morning, the class of 2024, the faculty and administration, the Board of Trustees, and I urge you to help us create a dignified and respectful atmosphere this morning. This is a formal ceremony that demands the utmost respect of all of us. I kindly request that you refrain from shouting or using noisemakers during the ceremony. Every graduate and their family member deserves to hear the speaker as their name is announced during the presentation of diplomas. Thank you in advance for your understanding and cooperation as we celebrate this significant milestone with these young adults. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Miss Isabella Rector, giving us the welcome speech.
Thank you, Mr. Ackerman. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, teachers, administration, family, friends, and my fellow class of 2024 graduates, I'd like to welcome and thank all of you for being here with us today to celebrate our high school graduation. It is truly an honor to be surrounded by so many significant people who have vastly impacted us throughout the first stages of our lives. My name is Isabella Rector, and I am one of the senior class officers, and I am honored to welcome you all here today. Today marks a turning point in our lives as we graduate high school and take on the first steps into adulthood. Before we begin this journey throughout life, I cannot help but look back on the last 13 years and all of the incredible memories that were created. There were challenges, though, as well. Did anyone hear about that COVID thing? Even though we wished life was a little bit easier, these challenges taught us some of the best lessons we have learned. They taught us that few things come without hard work and perseverance. They taught us that even though things might be hard right now, brighter things are around the corner. So as I stand here before you, I am so proud of everything we have accomplished. I won't lie, I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited too for what lies ahead in our futures. To the administration, teachers, counselors, and coaches, we owe you so much gratitude. Your amazing guidance, wisdom, and constant support have been invaluable in shaping where our futures lead. To our family members and friends, thank you for always being there, encouraging, and being a constant source of our love and support. Your belief in us has been irreplaceable. In closing, I would like to leave you with this Irish blessing. May the rose rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the warm rays of sun fall upon your home. And may the land of a friend always be near.
Hello everyone, my name is Deep Kalpesh Kumar Patel, and I'm here to introduce our salutatorian, Caleb Walcott. Caleb is the youngest son of Ben and Vita Walcott, both of whom are very hardworking parents, especially his mother, whom he talks highly of. Over the past 4 years, Caleb has constantly demonstrated exceptional academic excellence, which has got him to where he is today. Now, Caleb and I have known each other since kindergarten, but never really started becoming friends since freshman year, when he and I started having a lot of classes together. Even in senior year, we had 5 classes together, which is a lot of Caleb if you ask me. I'm pretty sure I am the one who always asked him too many questions about classwork, which probably might have made him annoyed, but to say the same thing about him, I'm not going to today though. Regardless, we would always help each other out from doing homework problems together or explaining concepts to each other that made sense in our heads, and especially when it came to critiquing each other's essays. Let me tell you, he's really honest. Our competitiveness has not only made us better students, but also taught us valuable lessons about perseverance and the rewards of hard work. Similarly, our growing interest in medicine, about having a career in medicine, especially since it's a competitive field, in the future might also play a little role. While Caleb and I have had a friendly rivalry, pushing each other to new heights, we also have respect for each other's accomplishments and drive. Our shared goal of academic excellence has always kept each other connected, which is probably why we could bear each other throughout high school. Now, Caleb can be a bit introverted, but once you get to know him, his honesty and respect, along with his intelligence, of course, makes him exceptional, although he can still be a bit clueless sometimes. He genuinely is compassionate to what he is learning in class, and his various hobbies are quite interesting, from reading on his phone any chance he gets, to doing martial arts since he was a little kid. Despite our competitive high school days having come to an end, I'm certain that whatever path he takes after graduation, his future successes will be just as impressive as his high school career. It is my privilege to welcome Caleb Walcott to deliver the 2024 Edgewood High School salutatorian speech. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As Deep has already done such a nice job introducing me, you already know that my name is Caleb Walcott. Standing before you today is both an honor and a challenge, and while I could have spent this speech explaining to you all why I deserve to stand up on this stage, ranting about my favorite hobbies of sleeping and reading, which I could do all day, or just sharing the values I've gained from martial arts training and my father's endless lectures, I've decided to save the self-glorification for a more personal setting. I'll be honest, writing this speech was not something I looked forward to. The internet is not very helpful. It's full of overused cliches like be true to yourself, follow your passion, and make a difference. And while these are indeed good pieces of advice for young adults stepping out into the world, they have become so familiar that they don't make for a very memorable speech. So instead of repeating those, I'd like to focus on something more pressing, time. Time is the one resource we all have, but often feel we're running out of. I'm sure some of the people in this room resonate with that more than others. And as graduates, we are on the brink of new beginnings, and it's easy to feel like we have all the time in the world, although I personally feel that these past 18 years have gone by a little too fast. We all are making a new path for ourselves in our lives, whether it is going to college for an undergrad degree, or entering the military, or simply beginning a rewarding career that you love. The truth is, time is fleeting, and the worst thing we could do is waste it by doing nothing. Throughout our high school journey, we've learned many valuable lessons, but perhaps the most important one is to make the most of the time we have. This doesn't mean we need to rush through life, ticking off achievements. Rather, it means being mindful of how we spend our moments, big and small. To our families, thank you for your unwavering support and love. You have been our foundation, our constant, even when we face challenges. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. We've worked hard to reach this milestone, and we deserve to celebrate. As we step into the next chapter of our lives, let's remember to cherish the time we have. Let's pursue our dreams with passion, but also take the time to enjoy the journey. Let's be present in the moments that matter and never take them for granted. In closing, I'd like to share a quote from Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Our careers will be so much more enjoyable if we find our own passion and purpose. Doing the things you love is what makes life exciting, and as we leave today for the last time in this high school as students, just remember that we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, fellow graduates, families, and friends. My name is Austin Niehoff, and I feel so honored that I get to introduce to you one of the best people I've had the pleasure to get to know, Miss Deep Patel. She not only embodies the spirit of excellence that our class represents, but also is one of the brightest, kindest, and most amazing people I have ever gotten to meet. Deep's unwavering commitment to making it to the top of her class is very admirable. However, Deep's path to becoming valedictorian was not an easy one. Being the firstborn in America in her family, she had to not only learn her way around this new place, but also had to show her family around this new place as well. This shaped Deep into a resilient and independent young woman who knew that she had to work hard to gain success. Deep was able to accomplish many academic achievements, consistently raising the bar for not only herself, but for everyone else in this class. But what truly sets Deep apart from the rest is not just her academic prowess, but also her compassionate heart and her ability to lead with kindness and humility in everything she does. She is always there for each one of her peers, whether it's reviewing her classmates' essays to guarantee they get a good grade, or her relentlessly trying to teach me how to do basic math to get me through finite. Deep, we appreciate you so much. Thank you. As she gives her amazing speech, let us not only recognize her incredible academic achievements, but also the giant impact she has had on each one of our lives. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in welcoming a scholar, a leader, an amazing friend, and an overall queen, our valedictorian, Miss Deep Patel.
Wow, I look really tall, guys. Alrighty. Good morning, family, friends, and distinguished guests. I'm honored to be standing here today in front of you as a 2024 Edgewood High School valedictorian. With that being said, as you may know, my name is Deep Kumar Patel, and I am the proud daughter of 2 immigrant parents and grandparents who are the sole reason as to why I'm standing here today behind this podium. As a first-generation graduate, I want to dedicate this speech to both of my parents who never got the opportunity to receive a high school diploma, as well as my grandpa, my dada. My parents and grandpa came to this country 20 years ago with nothing, and I mean literally nothing. Regardless, they have managed to work tirelessly to provide me with a life they never had, despite the language and cultural barrier. They have prioritized my education along with my siblings and have taught me the importance of hard work and dedication. Every day, they remind me that I can do whatever I want with my life as long as I'm willing to put in the work to achieve it. Many of my blessings and opportunities have come from their sacrifices. My parents left their home and families in India to build a new one with the hopes that one day, knowing that their children will be able to accomplish their hopes and dreams, the opportunities that they never had. I remember as a little kid, my mommy would carry me in my little car seat to the bus stop on her way to work, which was 10 minutes away, because we could not afford daycare. Now, here is that same little girl, except all grown up. She is an adult now, and I can never thank them enough for their endless love and support to help me get to where I am today. To my mommy and papa, Dharmista Ben Patel and Kalpish Kumar Patel, and my dada, Magan Bhai Patel, thank you. Tame mara hero cho. I also want to say a big thank you to every parent, friend, staff, and administrator who have impacted the lives of every student here today. A big shout out to my friends who have made my high school years memorable. But most importantly, I would like to thank every teacher who have helped shape us into who we are today. Words cannot express how much time they have contributed to our lives these past 4 years. I personally want to thank all of my teachers, and especially Frau Norris. You have been my German teacher for the past 4 years. You easily get me, and I know I could talk to you about anything, whether it be German or just life. You have helped me through times when I was my lowest, and have always supported me. Thank you, Frau Norris. To my fellow graduates, we made it. We just graduated from high school. For many of us, we have practically grown up together for the last 12 years since kindergarten. From playing recess together, camping at Bradford Woods, living through COVID, and now sitting here as seniors about to walk across the stage. Look how far we have grown. We are adults. However, after today, we will never be seen in the same place again, walking these hallways with our friends. Those will all become memories that we will look back years from now and say, while we were still in high school. But as we move on to the next chapter of our lives, I would like to share a piece of advice that my parents have instilled in me. Growing up, my parents constantly reminded me to always prioritize my goals first, and everything shall follow after. I carry this advice throughout my life, and it especially played a factor in how I viewed my experience here at Edgewood High School. As a class, our end goal was to graduate, right? However, there are many extracurriculars, activities, and classes that celebrated each of our differences. Many of us were athletes. Many of us were heavily involved in clubs and performance programs, such as band, choir, theater, and many of us took rigorous courses to challenge ourselves further. Although I'm not gonna lie, there are many, many times when I question myself as to why I took Mr. Cohn's AP chemistry class. But with all that being said, all the memories we have made these past 4 years will never be forgotten. And I hope you will cherish all these times we have spent together. As our end goal as a class of 2024 has finally come to an end, today also marks the beginning of many more goals yet to be achieved. Now, if these years have taught me anything, it is that most of you will probably forget everything that I've said after you leave. But if you remember one thing, let it be this. As you move on with your life, whether continuing your education, remembering pursuing a career, joining the military, or taking a year off, always remember you are capable of doing much more than you think. We now carry responsibilities for how we want our future to be laid out, and that can be scary, but also exciting. So go out of your comfort zone, live a little, embrace those opportunities that life throws at you, and take risks. If something does not go your way, don't let it discourage you. Just learn from it. We all are still learning how to be adults, how to make our first moves as adults, deciding on what to do with our lives before becoming successful at it. But make no mistake, seniors, time flies by, so cherish every moment, strive and celebrate those successes you always dreamed of, because life is too short to waste your time on regrets and worries. Now, as your valedictorian, I wish you all the best of luck for wherever life may take you, and leave you all with a quote from the Grammys. As someone very famous once said, "Everybody wanted to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know." Congratulations, class of 2024, and thank you.
Thanks for leaving that for me, Deep. Good morning. As you may have noticed, we have an empty seat here today. That seat is for Ian Carter Slayball, friend, brother, Mustang, warrior. Many of us here today, both seniors and spectators, were familiar with Ian. A few of us, much like myself and many of our grads here today, were blessed with the opportunity to be very close with him. I am honored to have the opportunity to commemorate Ian's legacy here today. We recognize and appreciate the positive impact he has had on us as people, on our school, and on our community. We pledge to carry on his legacy by smiling every day, competing to the absolute end of whatever it is we may be doing, and pushing to become the very best at any and everything we may involve ourselves in. Now, we will have a moment of silence in memory of the life of Ian. Thank you. Now, class of 2024, please begin handing out your roses to commence our rose ceremony.
Sorry, I'm God. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I am proud to introduce the instructional faculty of Edgewood Early Childhood Center, Edgewood Primary School, Edgewood Intermediate School, Edgewood Junior High School, and Edgewood High School. Many of these faculty members are directly behind the class of 2024, symbolic of how they stood in support of the students the past 13 plus years. They have been in the classroom, on field trips, sponsoring academic competitions, sports, music, drama, and many other activities, guiding, teaching, mentoring, counseling, and supporting, and even loving these graduates. They have been very proud part of their lives and are elated to see the success that will be demonstrated when the graduates walk across the stage and receive their diplomas. All instructional staff of RBB, please stand and be recognized. Please remain standing. Equally as proud, I would like to recognize all faculty and staff, custodians, instructional assistants, office personnel, coaches, bus drivers, office staff, cafeteria workers, administrators, former and present of RBB. Please stand to be recognized. These men and women have also spent numerous hours with your sons and daughters, making sure they arrived at school safely, communicating with parents, cooking meals, cleaning up their messes, overseeing programs, and many other duties. Please give them a big hand of applause. You may be seated. Thank you, staff, for being the true driving force of the education in this community. Class of 2024 choir members, please join your Music Warehouse friends. Music Warehouse had a very successful competition this year, earning championship at Bishop Luers and a championship at a national competition at Heart of America, New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the talents of Edgewood High School's performance of Forever Now and Then. This beautiful ballad was written and arranged by Mr. Brian Paulson, and Lauren Cosby is the senior soloist.
Ladies and gentlemen, dedicated faculty, proud parents, and my fellow graduates, I'm Amara Hansen, and I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker today. As we gather here to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter, I'm reminded of the joy and the laughter that one particular Spanish teacher brought into our lives, especially during those much-needed mass breaks. This teacher, with a flair for the dramatic and a sense of humor as vibrant as the Spanish culture we studied, turned our classroom into a place of joy. Who could forget the yoga sessions during mass breaks, where we stretched not only our bodies, but also our smiles? These moments of levity amidst the rigor of academics were like a breath of fresh air, a reminder that learning can be infused with fun. But let's not forget the challenges she set before us. This teacher demanded excellence in verb conjunctions, pushed us to expand our vocabulary, and inspired us to understand Spanish-speaking cultures. She taught us that with laughter comes learning, and with learning comes the ability to see the world through another's eyes. So to Senora Byers, who has given us the gift of laughter and the joy, the gift of language and the joy of laughter, we say gracias. You have not only taught us Spanish, you have taught us the importance of humor in our daily lives. As we move forward, let's take the laughter, the lessons, and the love for the language that you've installed in us and share it with the world. Thank you for everything. Please help me in welcoming Senora Byers to the podium.
It's actually Senorita. Welcome, family and friends, as we gather here to celebrate the class of 2024. The last time I stood up here, you weren't born yet, and I'm fairly certain some of your parents were sitting out there in those chairs in the class of 2001. I just completed 30 years here at Edgewood High School. I never really thought about it along the way, and it doesn't seem possible that I have spent more than half my life walking these halls. There have been great years, and there have been really bad years. There are groups of students who stand out in my mind, and others not so much. This group will stand out because you had a rough start to your tenure in high school, but you persevered. Over my career, sometimes school was chaotic, sometimes my life outside of school was tumultuous. But one thing has been constant, coming here year after year. Throughout those years, there are events that mark the passage of time. Alongside those events, there is another constant, music, the songs that make up the soundtrack of one's life. What kind of music do you like? Pop, country, rock, hip hop? Music can lift our mood, or it can make us feel melancholy and nostalgia. If I want to start a conversation with someone, I can almost always find common ground through music. I grew up hearing Elvis Presley, Willie Nelson, and Dolly Parton, to name a few, along with pop music of the 60s that my parents listened to. My dad had a collection of 45s, and you may not even know what I'm talking about. He had a collection of 45s and a record player. We had dance parties in our living room, and my dad was the DJ. Those are fond memories, and hearing that music takes me back to that place in time. There will be songs that bring you back to this place, this verse of your life. Nowadays, we don't have much need for a DJ because we have a never-ending playlist at our fingertips. Technology has revolutionized the way we consume music. My first albums were on vinyl, not portable and not very durable, but that album art. You can see it from across the room and recognize it. Abbey Road, Dark Side of the Moon, Born in the USA, Purple Rain, Nevermind, and the Slim Shady. Vinyl has made a bit of a comeback in recent years, thanks to the interest in all things retro. I'm sure you guys recognize artwork on albums by artists like Billie Eilish, Zach Bryan, Drake, and Taylor Swift. The albums were compiled by artists and meant to be heard from beginning to end, in a particular order, which is not the way we listen to music typically today on Spotify. Next came cassette tapes. We created mixtapes, the early version of a playlist. In the 1980s and 90s, CDs were the latest technology. Your parents probably burned CDs. We made them for ourselves, and we gave them to our friends. There was always the ubiquitous party mix. The way we listen to music has changed dramatically. Technology has shifted our world, and we no longer have the need for boom boxes, the Walkman, or CD players in our cars. What we carry on our person can do all that and more. For better or worse, the cell phone is an integral part of our lives. The first iPhone was released in 2007, the year that most of you were learning to walk and talk. This device has changed the world, and it is up to you to use it prudently. Returning to the soundtrack of your life, what makes a good song? The melody, the lyrics, the chorus? All of these things play their part. The elements of a song reflect the journey of our lives. You've completed the intro, the part that sets the stage for what you will become. We all have different childhood experiences that shape our understanding of the world. Your family and school have helped create the foundation. The next part of the song includes the lyrics, the verses that tell the story of your life. Graduation is the end of a verse and the beginning of a next one. It is up to you to create the stories that fill the song. To a large extent, the choices you make will determine the verses of your life. Every choice you make has a consequence, either positive or negative. Choose wisely. The chorus of the song is the part that stands out. There will be moments in life that stand above others, your accomplishments, and maybe your failures. They are important pieces that make up the whole of who you are and what you become. Be joyful in your accomplishments, be humble in your failures. What joins the lyrics and the chorus? The bridge. The bridge is the transition, and the transitions can be difficult. I call them the crossroads of life, the in-betweens, the what comes next. Some of you are feeling it now. A common question at your open houses will be some variation of, what are you doing next? Many of you have a plan, and some of you have no idea. The options are endless, and that can be overwhelming. Sometimes you simply have to make a choice and take a leap of faith. I feel the same way about retiring in the not too distant future. School provides familiarity and routine, and that can be a comfortable place to hang out for a while. But challenge yourself to dive in to something new. Set goals and make plans. A goal without a plan is just a dream. So use the bridge to get to your goals. The last part of a great song may be the solo. And we're gonna do a little thing. Let's take a break for a minute and listen to a few examples. Anybody who knows me, all my students, they know that I love a good guitar solo. Those guitar pieces by Don Feldman and Joe Walsh, Slash, Jimi Hendrix, David Gilmour, and Jimmy Page are consistently rated in the top 20 solos of all time. My favorite guitarist, Billy Strings, is not on that list yet. All of these guitarists most likely started out with a dream. Were they born with an innate talent? Perhaps, but they also honed their skills by practicing day in and day out and experimenting with those guitars. In Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, he references the 10,000 hour theory, the idea that to become an elite performer, one must practice 10,000 hours. These people are the outliers because they stand out above the others and they dominate their field. You may start with a dream, but in order to fulfill it, you have to put in the work. The soundtrack of my life began in the 60s, and yours began in the early 21st century. Rock music has always been about breaking boundaries and pushing limits. I cannot say that as music has evolved into the 21st century, it's still trying to push limits. I cannot say that I like heavy dubstep or that I understand the attraction of hip-hop music. However, I'm open to checking it out, and sometimes I am pleasantly surprised. Have an open mind to trying new things as you go through life. Don't be stagnant. Push yourself to try to do something that you think you can't, just as musicians have done time and again. I don't know about you, but when someone tells me I can't, I become that much more determined to prove them wrong. Just watch me, I can. When you started high school in 2020, you were made to cover your faces, and we had a crazy hybrid schedule. You survived the worst year in school history. It is one of the verses of your song. This year has felt particularly good, watching you have all the high school experiences that are meant to be. The best part for me is seeing your smiles, the ones I couldn't see 4 years ago. The recovery has been slow, and there are many things that we shouldn't forget. There are also songs that got us through that difficult time, and they are part of the ever-growing soundtrack that will continue throughout your life. My biggest hope is that you look forward without fear and never forget to turn up the music. Rock on.
Some of you aged yourself at some of those songs. I would see it getting older and older, and I enjoyed them all. At this time, band members, please join your friends in the band. I would like to introduce the Edgewood High School Band, winner of 3 consecutive ISMA State Marching Band Championships and 2 Indiana Percussion Association State Championships, as well as being an ISMA All Music Award winner this year. Under the direction of Aaron Wells, the band will play Hide and Seek, written by Imogene Heap and arranged by Edgewood Junior High School Band Director Kurt Kaler.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jordan Key. I am your next presenter. It is an honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the achievements of the class of 2024. This group of remarkable individuals has been an absolute pleasure to get to know this year. Their hard work, kindness, optimism, passion, and grit have defined them, and they have truly left their mark on Edgewood High School. Throughout their time here, the class of 2024 has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to excellence. Their determination and perseverance have paid off in numerous ways. I would like to take a moment to recognize some of their notable achievements. Collectively, the class of 2024 has been awarded more than $1 million in scholarships this year, in addition to the numerous honors and awards in previous years. This is a testament to their dedication and the bright futures that lie ahead of them. At this time, I would ask that any senior who earned a scholarship, an academic honors or technical honors diploma to please stand. I would also like to take a moment to recognize one senior who did not receive recognition at Senior Honors Night for earning her Technical Honors Diploma and Hoosier Hills Capstone Award, Kaylee Richards. You may be seated. Next, I would like to take a moment to recognize a group of individuals who have made the commitment to serve in our nation's armed forces. Would all of those individuals please stand to be recognized? Thank you and congratulations. You may be seated. It is my honor to introduce the presenter of diplomas, Ms. Alicia Noe-Dirk.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to offer a gentle reminder to please hold your applause until the last student has crossed the stage to ensure that everyone is able to hear their child's name called. Would the first row please stand and approach the stage? Ashley Rose Abram. Lillian Michelle Agru. Brian Donald Allender. Ryan Mason Anderson. Leland Michael Thomas Arney. Peyton Bradley Arthur. Ella Marie Atkins. Braden Keith Alt. Marilyn Rose Ballard. Lydia Marie Baugh. Michael Edward Bell. Francesca Latrice Billups. Clara Joyce Bittner. Jacob Connor Boggs. Michael Joseph Trey Boyer. Eliana Joy Bryce. Caden Alexander Buck. Finn Hanson Boltman. Gunnar Emmerich Caswell. Danny Joe Chandler III. Carter Grant Cheney. Naman Chowdhury. Allison Jane Clampett. Would the second row please rise and approach the stage? Stephen Landon Clement. Devin James Cody. Grant Christopher Coffey. Angela Amaya Coronado. Lauren Ellen Cosby. Jersey Ann Creedon. Victoria Frances Kreitz. Hayden Bradley Cross. Bryden Eugene Dausch. Christopher Marcus Davis. Jaden Glory Deckard. Mitchell Thomas Deckard. Thomas Michael Denny. Evan William Dodds. Kenneth Rodney Douglas. Carson Christopher Druckery. Ella Adelaide Dunham. Emma Elizabeth Edwards. Braylon Grace Emerson. Grace Rose Farmer. Trenton Timothy Fender. Jordan Elizabeth Fields. Anna Lynn Fultz. Samuel Michael Dane Gastineau. Blake Stephen George. Annika Nicole Gibson. Kimberly Andrew Gibson. Would the third row please stand and approach the stage? Cameron Gilland. Addison Elizabeth Yurgis. Andrew Robert Good. Cadence Adair Goodall. Owen William Guest Scott. Courtney Marie Hamilton. Madison Rochelle Hampton. Mylan Jonathan Hancock. Amara Marie Hansen. Riley Nicole Haskett. Isaiah Jacob Hawk. Kaylee Isabel Hawkins. Evie Yvonne Hetty. Mac Kramer Hetty. Lauren Elizabeth Hyatt. Evan Ross Higgins. Joshua Andrew Henson. Zoe Rain Hoffman. Corey Hayward Holland. Maris Holmes. Luke Joseph Horman. Ivory DeSouza Huber. Fox Hudson. Jordan Ryan Hunt. Chad Allen Jackson. Emily Grace Jacobs. Would the fourth row please rise and approach the stage? Kenzie Lane Jacobs. Joshua Copeland Cone. Braden Jeremy Lagarde. Nicholas William Latimer. Miles Zach Gregory Lopsch. Isaac Michael Lawson. Michael Isaac Lewis. Allison Janine Lilly. Olivia Renee Lloyd. Ashton Michael Long. Joshua Aiden Lovelace. Matthew Thomas Lucas. Nicholas Landon Mackey. Richie Danny Maloney. Malachi Judd Mangrum. Isaac Wayne Marlowe. Charles Thomas Lee Martin. Whitney Elaine McElhenney. Elijah Patrick Mercer. Amia Elise Moody. Terrence James Moore. Zatrick James Narchi. Kaylee Ann Nicholson. Austin Lee Niehoff. Maya Ray Norris. Quinn Anthony Norris. Deep Kalpish Kumar Patel. Matthew James Phillips. Ivy Elizabeth Pivison. Braden Michael Pippin. Would row 5 please rise and approach the stage? Cole Thomas Ponton. Brady Cole Pruitt. Austin Scott Rains. Mason Lee Renard. Isabella Maxine Rector. Micah Connor Reeves. Tyler Stephen Reeves. Caitlin Reynolds. Willow Reynolds. Kaylee Ann Richards. Morgan Ray Richardson. Harley Elizabeth Robbins. Joshua Luke Roberts. Tabitha Joe Rogers. Jake Lucian Ryan. Bryson Alexander Saunders. Jocelyn Brian Schmidt. Hayden Reese Cyphers. Benjamin Thomas Scott. Noah Riley Sexton. Nene Sharda Miller. Haley Alexis Shoemaker. Ala Wasim Shahati. Ian Alexander Slaybach. Alexandria Ashley Faye Smith. Owen Keith Snyder. Would the 6th row please stand and approach the stage? Andrea Maria Sotelo. Abigail Marie Spencer. Piper Ann Stevens. Harrison James Stearns. Audley Reburn Stewart. Graham Allen Dale Stewart. Alina Stuckey. Tristan Edward Summit. Phoenix Earl Taylor. Ziggy Isaiah Hernandez Turan. Maya Renee Thomas. Hallie Catherine Ann Vance. Macy Lynn Vaughn. Simeon Isaac Venegas. Roman Herbert Wagner. Caleb Elias Walcott. Shaylee Joe Walker. Stella Renee Waters. Olivia Marie Weiler. Emma Briley West. Emily Lane Whaley. Mylan Lescott White. Ethan Marshall Wilson. Callie Jaylene Winsler. Abigail Savannah Wirt. Brooklyn Isabella Wirt. Zachariah Brandon Yazzie. Zoe Elena Zambrano. Ethan Tobias Zare. Please join me in giving these graduates a round of applause.
Class of 2024, would you please stand? Dr. Sanders is the principal of Edgewood High School. I have the great privilege and pleasure to present another outstanding class, the class of 2024. As I described in my graduation introduction, this has been an exceptional class that has led our school with spirit, personality, intelligence, and talent. They are great representatives of the success of the Edgewood School community and the Richland Bean Blossom School Corporation. They proudly stand ready to take the next step into their future.
Here we are, class of 2024. You were just going into the 6th grade when I first joined the Edgewood School family in 2017. You have been an amazing group of students to watch over the last 7 years. Together, we have gone from reinventing school during the COVID years to creating successful student-run businesses, to solving real-world problems in the Innovative Learning Center, and to changing the culture of Edgewood High School in many positive ways. You are truly an impressive group of students. It has been an honor to serve as your friendly superintendent. I do have a small piece of advice for you, though, that I give every year. As you begin your next journey in life, remember where you came from and all those who had a part in shaping you into the person you are today. You have been given a great gift by being able to go to attend such a premier school corporation as RBB and living in such wonderful communities such as Ellettsville, Steinsville, and surrounding areas. The next stage in journey in your life will be successful if you take this great gift with you. Now, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Richland Bean Blossom Community School Corporation and the state of Indiana, I declare you, the class of 2024, to be forever graduates and alumni of Edgewood High School. You may turn your tassel. Yeah. Congratulations.
Recessional trumpets, get ready.
Okay, we're safe, guys. There's a speech. So I know I and everyone else in here is ready to go, so I won't make this too long. But before we go, I want everyone to remember that though this is the end of our high school career, that doesn't mean it's an end to the relationships we've made throughout our Edgewood journeys. Keep your friends and family close and let them know how much you appreciate them. I know I would be nowhere without my mom and dad pushing me to be the best me I could be, and my best friend Lauren Cosby showing me what it is to love myself. So thank you to both of them. These people are the ones that shaped us into who we are today, so don't let the end of high school mark the end of these relationships as well. Now before I go, I'd like to leave you all with a quote by Phoebe Bridgers where she says, "The billboard said the end is near. I turned around, there was nothing there. I guess the end is here." We have all been looking forward to this day for years. Countless countdowns we left on whiteboards, thousands of conversations expressing our excitement to finish and move on to something new. All culminated into today. The end isn't near, it is here. It is no longer some crazy dream in our heads. After this ceremony ends, we will each go on our different paths, venturing into this new and exciting world. Our story at Edgewood has finished, marking the beginning of a whole new story for each one of us. I know it's a little scary, but it's also very exciting. The potential each one of us have is endless. Don't let the future intimidate you and make the most of it. Don't forget to start living life to the fullest. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2024. Here's to the adventures that await, to the memories yet to be made, and to the lifelong friends and the amazing families we've had to help us throughout this unforgettable year. Thank you for being a great friend, colleague, and yeah, thank you all for listening.